Hey guys, what's up? Today's video is a part 2 from last week's video where I talked about food prep and low sugar eating. And in today's video, I'm really just gonna get into some low sugar recipes and snacks, meals, things you can take on the go. This is really my version of food prep, and I won't get into the benefits of low sugar and candida. If you want that information, I'll link my video from last week below. But today I really just want to get into it and things that you can have that will satiate you, but that are very low in carb and sugar for health reasons. Again, this is not about weight. The first one I'm going to get into is guacamole, and avocado in general is just your best friend because it is so filling. It is so easy to throw in your bag, even if you just want to eat it like this. I actually have 2 different ways I like avocado, but I wanted to share a guacamole recipe that I've been making this last month or so during Christmas and the holidays, and it's really, really yummy. So the first way you can take an avocado with food prep is so easy. As you see, I literally just cut it in half and dip anything into it. This can be crackers, it can be chips if you want. I think endive is so underrated, and you literally just take it off these little peels, and just an easy way to have a snack. Next is guacamole. So for this recipe, it's super easy. You're gonna take 3 avocados. I personally like mashing it in a mortar and pestle because you can really get, good chunks in there, but it smooths it out. So I mash it in there, transfer it to a bowl. For 3 avocados, I like 1/2 of an onion because it's still a good amount of onion, so it's gonna give you a little bit of kick. If you notice, I'm chopping the onions really, really small, and this makes a huge difference. When I'm in a rush and I try to do this fast and there's big chunks, it's just too spicy and it's too intense, the flavor. So make sure you're chopping it really small. Any kind of knife like this where you can put your hand on the top and just really chop down like that is a game changer. I can't explain. So we've got the onion and just a good handful of cilantro. It depends on if you're the cilantro person that likes the soapy flavor or you don't. I love cilantro, so it's just really good. I'm actually filming this in a kitchen studio and we don't have any salt here, but normally I would have put sea salt and a little bit of black pepper. And then I do 1 jalapeno without the seeds because that will also make it a little bit more intense. I put 2 limes, sometimes 3, because lemon and limes are my obsession. I put them on everything. I like that sour kind of palate, so you can go based on your taste here. So that's it. It's a super simple recipe. Honestly, it's so expensive to buy guacamole out, and this adds so much flavor without carbs, because I personally feel like when I'm trying more of a low sugar, low carb diet, I don't feel satiated, but guacamole and avocado really helps keep me full and satiated, and hopefully will fight off the candida or also just help any of your gut health issues, lower inflammation, whatever your goals are. This is a really healthy option. So this is literally the easiest recipe that I have been living off of. It is so good. As you see, I basically just take pulp. So you need the pulp from when you make plant milk. I make a lot of plant milk. Sometimes I use coconut pulp, sometimes I use almond pulp. This time I was actually using tiger nut pulp. So tiger nuts aren't even nuts, they're actually tubers, but I've also been experimenting with a diet that's good for autoimmune and inflammation, just to give my adrenals a little bit of a break. So tiger nuts can be a really fun one to add into the mix. So you basically just do even parts of your pulp, cashew butter, and coconut shreds. So once you do that, I also like to roll it in coconut shreds because, again, I'm obsessed with coconut and it gives it a little bit of a sweetness. These taste better once they're refrigerated, so if you leave them in the fridge for a couple hours or even the next day. I made just 3 for the purposes of this video, but usually I make a huge batch, and oh my God, so good. So this is the grain-free granola. As you can see, it's so easy to make. You literally just mix different kinds of seeds and nuts. I personally used hemp seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. I always use a little bit extra coconut flakes because I like the taste of coconut, and it also just makes it not so much nut and seed dense. The one spice I don't have with me in this kitchen studio is pumpkin pie spice, but I like to add pumpkin pie spice as well. I add a good amount of cacao, and I'm putting the exact recipe in the notes below this video, so you'll see that if you want specifics on measurements, but that's what I added, and you can kind of make this your own. I find with recipes that I like to follow it exact in the beginning, and then once I get comfortable, I can kind of play around. You'll also notice that the coconut oil, you have to make sure you melt it, and I like to add the monk fruit or stevia, whichever healthy sweetener you want to add. into it and stir it, because since you're using such a small amount, it doesn't really spread when it's powder, but when you dissolve it into the coconut oil and then mix it around, it just spreads much easier. Now, for time purposes in this video, I'm not going to bake this batch, but I do have some that I already made. I also like to get these little like empty spice containers, holders from Amazon, and I find them so convenient to take other things with me. Like, you take the top off, and sometimes I'll carry my own coconut milk with me to coffee shops. I'm that girl, but I like to carry this granola with me, and I just want to show you what it looks like when it's baked. It's not very different. With this batch, I had used hazelnuts and Brazil nuts, and oh my God, it's so delicious. I think if you've been following my YouTube channel for a while, you know that I'm obsessed with cereal, and I'm always trying to find a cereal alternative. This has completely hit the spot like no other. I eat it all the time, and again, it's grain-free, it's got protein, it's got a lot of healthy fats, absolutely no sugar, because monk fruit is just a natural sugar, or natural sweetener without any sugar. So take this on the go with you and enjoy it. One more tip with this granola, by the way, if you are using more seeds, or even especially like chia seeds, and you want it to kind of cluster together more, you can add egg whites, depending on if you're plant-based or not. If you separate the egg whites and then kind of whip them so they get foamy and you add it into here, you'll notice when you bake it that it clumps together and kind of gives you more of that cereal texture. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I wanted to make it a little bit different and just get straight to the point with recipes. I know sometimes when I'm looking for a recipe, I just like want to get down to the real deal and not hear a lot of other information or read a lot. So if you guys want more information on why I'm currently experimenting with more of a candida diet, low sugar, lower carb, higher fat, higher protein, I will link the video that was part 1 to this below. You can check that out. Meanwhile, you can try these recipes. They're all also on my updated website. So I hope you enjoy them and find that you just have to step outside your comfort zone a little bit. And even though you are so used to eating a certain way, even my assistant Brianna, who's sitting right here, this morning she was watching me eat my breakfast and she's like, you eat completely differently than you did 4 months ago. And I was like, I had to adjust. Like, sometimes you just have to adjust to what's going on, and then you find that it's not that bad. So I hope you enjoyed. Leave any questions in the comments. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you'll get notified every time I have a new video. Thanks, guys.